We took a trip to Iceland during the summer where we saw waterfalls, lava rock formations, hot springs, geothermal lagoons, black sand beaches, icebergs, and unique church buildings. We took a 10-day trip on the Ring Road, a highway that goes around the entire island country. We flew into Keflavik Airport in the southwest of the country and began our journey there.
Let's go. Go to mommy. Yeah, you did. Go to mommy.
Starting in the southern peninsula, where Keflavik Airport is located, we saw hot springs and swam in a geothermal lagoon. First, we made our way to Gunnuvher Hot Springs. It's a collection of geothermal mud pools with constant boiling water and steam. At 65 feet wide, it's the largest one in Iceland. We took a path up to an observation deck to view the hot spring up close, and were covered in a hot cloud of steam. A short distance away is Blue Lagoon.
The water, guys! Oh, it's so exciting!
It's the result of a geothermal power plant that was depositing excess water into nearby lava fields. The water collected into pools and has a milky blue color due to the minerals in it. We walked on paths around these pools. We then entered the Blue Lagoon Spa, a collection of pools we could swim in.
Can you touch? Oh, hi! Look at the last rock.
Though the pools are man-made, the water is sourced from underground and is naturally heated by the geothermal activity. One unique feature of the spa is a swim-up bar, where we could order drinks and enjoy them in the pool. The unique warm blue water surrounded by volcanic rocks makes the Blue Lagoon one of National Geographic's 25 wonders of the world. We drove through the southern region of Iceland, where we saw numerous waterfalls and visited a black sand beach. From the southern peninsula, we took a detour from the Ring Road to go inland to Thingvellir National Park, which has historical and geological significance. This park is the location of where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates meet. We took a hike on a trail inside a canyon, which is the fault line of these tectonic plates, allowing us to literally walk between two continents. It led us to Uxarofos, a waterfall pouring into the canyon. From Thingvellir National Park, we drove further inland to Astidallir, a farm hotel and restaurant where we stayed one of the nights.
Wow, look at Emerson's bed, Elliot's bed.
Our room was spacious enough to fit our traveling family of 6 and was quaint and charming, with great views of the surrounding farm. Just outside was a hot tub, which our kids enjoyed. We ate at the restaurant on the farm, which had a viewing window of the cattle barn. Below the restaurant is an ice cream shop with homemade ice cream from the farm. We were able to explore the farm and see the animals, including cows, chickens, rabbits, horses, and our favorite, a farm dog that could play soccer. There was a playground our kids spent a lot of time at, but the best part was a giant inflated trampoline that we jumped on. From Astidallir, we headed south to connect back with the Ring Road.
Big waterfall.
And visited Arbayarfoss, a less popular waterfall, which was great because we were the only ones there. We were able to walk through a field right to the top of the waterfall.
This is cool.
We continued down the Ring Road to Seljalandsfoss, one of the more famous waterfalls in Iceland, and is 200 feet tall. The most unique feature of Seljalandsfoss is a path that goes all the way around it, allowing us to walk behind the waterfall. There's a path that goes along the cliffside where we could see multiple waterfalls. Just a short drive down the road from Seljalandsfoss is Skogafoss, another huge waterfall. It's 200 feet tall and 82 feet wide. We got as close as we could before being drenched in the mist. From there, we drove down to Reynisfjara Beach, near the southernmost tip of Iceland. It's a black sand beach with columns of rock created by volcanic activity. We played on the black sand beach near the picturesque volcanic pillars sticking out of the ocean. Just around the corner from Reynisfjara Beach is the town of Vik, where we stayed the night. We went up to Vikjamyrdal Church, a church that was built in 1934 on top of a hill overlooking the town. We stayed in Vik Apartments, which were modern and spacious apartment hotels that have a full kitchen. They also have great surrounding views of the town. As we headed into the eastern region of Iceland, we saw icebergs, more waterfalls, and another quaint small town on the water. From Vik, we drove along the ring road to Jökulsárlón, a lagoon filled with tall icebergs as they break off from a glacier. We walked down to the water and could play with some of the ice that washed on shore. It's the deepest lake in Iceland and one of the largest. There are multiple access points to the lagoon. We drove across a bridge and went to the other side of the lagoon. Just down the channel from the lagoon is Diamond Beach, where the icebergs float out to the ocean and wash back onto the shore of the black sand beach. We continued driving along the coast. And settled in at Broadeviller Cottages, a group of cabins surrounded by beautiful landscape. A unique aspect is easy access to Snædafoss, a waterfall near the cottages via a dirt road. As we drove up the east side of the country, we took a slight detour off the ring road toward a small town. On the way, we stopped by Hauafoss, a small waterfall with an interesting hike. We crossed over an old and somewhat questionable metal bridge.
Oh my gosh, that's deeper.
There it is. Yeah, we're going here.
We crossed over the river and saw the waterfall as it flowed into a small canyon.
Okay, right here. Wow, look at all the...
Along with scenic views of the town in the valley below. Just over a mile from Hauafoss is Gunnuvher, another waterfall along the same river. This one was taller at 88 feet. In addition to walking to the bottom of it, we also took another small path up the side of the hill. Where we could view the waterfall from the top. From Gunnuvher, we continued down the valley to the town of Seyðisfjörður. We stopped at Seyðisfjörður Kirkja, a light blue church built in 1920. Right next to the church is Rainbow Road, a small, colorfully painted stone path. From Seyðisfjörður, we backtracked up the valley to the ring road and continued up to Rjukandafoss, a tall 305-foot waterfall broken up into multiple levels. We took a short walk up an incline to the vista point for the waterfall. In the Northeastern Region of Iceland, we saw hot springs, swam in another lagoon, saw volcanic rock formations, and visited a port city. We drove to Keflavik, a collection of hot springs and boiling mud pots.
Up there.
The sulfur in the ground creates a thick rotten egg smell. Just over the hill from Keflavik is Miva Nature Baths, another lagoon created by water drawn and heated from underground. It also has minerals that make it a light blue color. The pool also has a swim-up bar to purchase and enjoy drinks. Just around the corner from Miva Nature Baths is Dimubolgish lava field, which has large rock formations from a volcanic eruption. There are multiple paths to walk through and explore.
Oh, but this is,
Oh look, you can go with this one.
Some rocks formed small caves that we could go in. We continued north from Dimubolgish to Gullfoss, a massive waterfall that forms a semicircle. We took a short walk to multiple viewing points. From Gullfoss, we drove up to Akureyri, a port city. We walked down a main street with lots of shops and a playground our kids spent time in.
Okay, let's go.
As we followed the ring road across the Northwestern Region, we stopped by an old church and a waterfall. From Akureyri, we drove down to Vidimikirska, a small church in the countryside. It's a turf church, which has a stone roof covered in grass. It's one of 6 remaining turf churches in Iceland. And this one was built in 1834. We continued on to Keflavik Canyon, which is a large gorge with multiple waterfalls. We took a dirt road off the main road to an observation deck, where we could see the canyon and waterfalls. We crossed over a bridge which gave us a good view of the falls. On the other side, we walked around to explore different viewing spots along the canyon. As we neared the end of our ring road drive around Iceland, we passed through the Western Region. And stopped at Detour, a hot spring. It's one of the most active hot springs in Iceland.
Look, it's all bubbling.
Where we could see the boiling water bubbling on the surface.
Look at this one.
We ended our tour of Iceland in the capital city of Reykjavik in the capital region, and visited just a few of the city's attractions. First, we went to Hallgrímskirkja, the largest church in Iceland, and one of the tallest buildings in the country. Just down the road from Hallgrímskirkja is Rainbow Street, a colorfully painted street with shops and restaurants. We then swam at Keflavik Geothermal Beach, which has a small lagoon with hot water pumped in from underground. From Reykjavik, we made our way back towards the airport and spent the night in Ice Day Cottage. It's a collection of studio cabins with clean, modern interiors. There's a common room with dining tables and a full kitchen. It's conveniently located just a few minutes from the airport, making it easy to get to our flight the next morning. Our trip to Iceland was an adventure of a lifetime. Driving on the Ring Road let us see different parts of the country and experience many of the attractions. In order to complete the road trip in 10 days, we drove between 3 to 5 hours each day and stayed at a different place each night. We stopped mostly at places that were only a few minutes off the Ring Road, with the exception of a few detours. It was exhausting and didn't give us too much time to spend in any one spot. There were obviously many other places in Iceland we didn't get to visit, but in a short time span, we were able to see as much as we possibly could of the dynamic landscape of this volcanic island country that sits on 2 continents.